So my career has been a bit of a winding path, and my path to the Fed wasn't the most traditional. I did start flying for the Navy. I was a Naval Academy graduate. I did have the privilege of going to Top Gun. It turns out, to a degree I would have never expected, my naval career, and in particular the flying, was very helpful to me during my Fed career because it did two things. One, it taught me about leadership. It taught me about how to build employee morale and involvement, especially in situations where you don't necessarily have direct authority over them. And two, frankly, it helped me with risk management skills. Flying is all about risk management, and being a central banker is often about making risk management judgments. And I seem to be more comfortable making those judgments than might be typical for a central banker. So it's been 10 years since the financial crisis, and I think we've learned a number of lessons, and there's been a number of conferences about those that talk about a myriad. I tend to boil them down to two lessons. Frankly, first I say beware the shadows, by which I mean the shadow banking system. There continues to be a tremendous amount of financial activity, especially lending, that occurs in the shadow banking system that isn't prudentially regulated in any way. And that's where the 2008 financial crisis emanated from. And it continues to be the case that more lending occurs there than in the regulated sphere. So this may be post-traumatic stress syndrome, but I think we still need to be more involved in regulating large asset managers, anything big in the shadows. And frankly, the second lesson, and I say this with great respect, beware the experts. There are a lot of very talented PhD economists at the Fed, longtime bank supervisors, market group experts, and frankly, on some important occasions, we just got it wrong. We never anticipated subprime would become the problem that it did. We never anticipated that people would panic to the degree they did during the crisis. And I think a lot of times a big lesson learned that I took away is common sense and going with your gut is an important thing. So I often get asked, how likely are we to face a crisis in the next 10 years? And I say 100% certain that we will have a crisis. As long as we have a financial system, we will have financial crises. Now, I think the next one is not likely to be anywhere near as severe as the 2008 one for the banking system itself. The banking system itself is indeed much stronger. So I don't think you're going to have a situation where you have large banks like Citigroup teetering and tottering. However, the aftermath of that crisis, which in this case was a severe recession, that could be even worse next time. And that's what worries me. The business cycle is not dead. We will have another recession at some point. There are a lot of potential crisis triggers floating around right now. And at some point, and certainly within 10 years, and frankly I think probably sooner than that, those factors will come together and we will once again find ourselves needing to deal with a severe situation of some kind.